Can you let me finish now, please? Pretty please? Wow, you literally just jumped off. Okay, Hey guys, MCB here. I don't know why I'm here right now on this little area. Somehow I glitched and joined the game actually after it started, and it sent me to the mid where I'm gonna get a bunch of good gear. So I mean, I guess I should be happy about that. But anyways, we're gonna be playing some Skywars today. I'm gonna be doing a bit different commentary than I usually do. So if you guys enjoy, then that would be awesome. Also, I did do a different sort of thumbnail. I've been using different software to create it, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that as well. But basically, in this episode, we're going to be talking a bit about my school, because I haven't really talked much about my actual life outside of YouTube in, like, any of my videos, and I don't want to get too into some of the things, but, I don't think that it would be necessarily bad. So basically, I'm gonna be kind of like talking about my different classes, my different teachers, and all that stuff. Basically, which ones are good, which ones are bad, some hopefully interesting things about them, and yeah. But basically, we're gonna start off just gonna say that part of this, you're gonna be like, hey, normally you have like 8 periods, or at least in my school they do, but I actually had a class that I quit because I just literally hated the teacher so much. It wasn't even the class that was so bad. It was just literally just the teacher. And I had the same class, well, it was theater. So I had theater 1 the first year, and then theater 2 the second year, and theater 2 was horrible. Hi, I don't have a bow. Go away. Yep. Nice try. Okay, you tried. Basically, I really hated the teacher, so I left, and I replaced it with Tech Apps 2, which is really good, because the first year I had also had Tech Apps 1, so now I have a full credit for Tech Apps. But basically, my first period class would be my Language Arts class, and, I had a teacher that was, let's just say, different. She wasn't a bad teacher or anything, but, she made songs about fidget spinners, and whenever she sneezed, she tried to make it sound like she was Michael Jackson. So, yeah, I see you. I see you. Okay, so, yeah, that's the type of teacher she was. I'm sure that everyone has a teacher that's kind of weird like that. Wow, that was the easiest one of my life. But yeah, she wasn't a bad teacher, though. Like, literally, our final for the year, we watched The Princess Bride, which, by the way, is like the only movie at all with the word princess in it anywhere that is actually worth watching at all. Just gonna say that just real quick. And yeah, we actually watched a movie, and we just kind of wrote down like the archetypes. Basically, they're like stereotypes of characters, and the stages of their journey. And so yeah, that was actually really cool. Really cool class, great final, so I like that quite a lot. And then I had my science teacher, and he was the type of guy that was like really chill, but if you got him mad, you would get him like mad. He wouldn't be like, hey, class, quiet down. He'd be like, shut up, or I'm gonna break through the walls. But he was also a really good teacher. I had a lot of good teachers, really, I did. But his class was actually not that bad. The only awkward thing is, I'm not even gonna say it. It was just, there was some awkward moments because of the fact that our school clearly doesn't plan ahead for some things. So, okay, why did it restart? I think the server restarted. Yeah, server restarted. But he was actually a really great teacher. I liked that class a lot. I really enjoyed it. And a lot of good stuff happened in it. And then I had my Tech Apps class. Now, that class was completely pointless. Not to say I didn't enjoy it, but it was pointless. And so I'm going to kind of go through how my year went in Tech Apps. Basically, every day, the entire year, we started off with a typing warm-up, where basically for 5 minutes, we'd randomly type letters and words into a website that tracks our typing speed. Because clearly, this is what we need to know. Like, Don't need to learn how to properly code, even though that's what everyone joined for and we all know it. Don't really need to learn how to build a proper website, only one of those crappy ones in Notepad. Later on we did use Dreamweaver, which is actually pretty good, but it was using those really horrible tutorials that were never actually clear on what they wanted. And with, like, the old computers that the school said that they replaced, like, the year before, but they probably replaced it with ones that were, 1, already used, and 2, are, like, 6 or 7 years old. And so they wouldn't save things properly, things would get deleted all the time, we'd have glitches in the file system which wouldn't allow us to save at all, and stuff would just not work right. So, yeah, that's, what was with Dreamweaver, but it wasn't actually a bad coding thing. But we started off with typing, and then after that, of course, we had, I believe, Adobe Illustrator. We'd use, like, all these Adobe things. That's all we did. We didn't learn any real coding. We just learned Adobe. That's all we did. We just, every Adobe app we learned, pretty much. So, like, we learned a lot about Illustrator, which is kind of like Photoshop, but not really. It is a kind of sort of a photo editing-ish software, but it's not the same thing as Photoshop by any means. Oh, more arrows, great. But basically, we had typing, and then we had a bunch of Illustrator, and after we finished Illustrator, we had some other stuff that was also coincidentally related to Adobe, and those were like, I think, if I remember this correctly, because that year went by oddly fast. Why did that suddenly disappear on my inventory? Okay, why does it keep doing that? I'm gonna place one, and place one. Okay, well, that's clearly glitched for whatever reason. Can't place anything at all in there for some reason. Okay, there we go. Fixed it. Okay, someone's coming towards me. Sorry, taking a break from the main commentary because I don't want to get shanked. Okay. Basically, yeah, we had some Illustrator, and then we did some Adobe Flash. We learned how to animate, and we learned a little bit of, what's it called? ActionScript. It's kind of coding, but it's not, like, real professional coding. If you know what I mean, which you probably don't. Okay, so after we learned about all that stuff, this guy doesn't even see me coming, does he? Wow, he literally did not even see me coming. Okay. Can you let me finish now, please? Pretty please? Wow, you literally just jumped off. Okay, so we learned a little bit of Flash, we did a little bit of coding, and then at the end of the year, we had a final project, which we actually picked. What our final project could be, and I know that sounds odd, but it wasn't really, like, 100% our choice. Basically, we went through all the stuff that we had done earlier in the year, which, again, I said was Illustrator, Flash, and HTML website coding, basically. And we got to choose what we wanted to do, so I decided to make a video game website, which, of course, ended out horribly. Well, not horribly, but a lot of the games didn't work, and I think I might have accidentally installed a virus onto the school computer, which I did single-handedly remove, by the way, so kudos to me being amazing. But, yeah, that, wasn't my best moments right there. Also, Diamond Sword. Nice, okay. So then, after Tech Apps, I have Gym, and it wasn't one of the relaxed gyms. It was like, let's run 4 miles, and then tomorrow we're gonna do 500,000 push-ups, and I'm like, I'm not the most athletic sort of guy for some things, like gym class, for example, is one of the things I can't do. Like, I could play soccer for 3 hours straight. Seriously, I could. I could play any position. I could be main attacker. I could be goalkeeper if I need. If I can do like a sport for a very long time, like baseball or soccer or something, where I'm even constantly running around. But I can't do gym, man. Like, no one likes gym. No one likes just randomly running around and then counting how many miles you ran and comparing it to last year. It's like, whoa, you've improved by a whopping 0.3 seconds, because we all really care that much. Ooh, Prot 2, much better than Fire Prot 1. Yeah, gym, I didn't like. And then we had lunch. And I'm glad we had lunch then instead of before, because my friend had his lunch before gym, the year before, and that, yeah, wasn't great. That's not great. It's not fun. So, yeah, more Prot 1. I can't get Prot 2, though. Anyways, after gym, we had lunch, and the lunch there, it's not horrible. But it's not the greatest either. Like, you have sandwiches that are mediocre, that have, like, the mystery sauce of the day, and they actually don't, like, they don't have a sauce. They have, like, 3 different sauces, and you can't choose, though. They just randomly bring out one. Like, for the first half of the year, they had mayo mixed with sriracha. Then the second half of the year, they had this really good stuff called bistro sauce. But I have literally no clue what it was. It was, like, greenish. And it wasn't relish, because relish is gross. It's, like, pickles and stuff. But I had a feeling that it had some, like, mustard and stuff in it. So, like, Dijon mustard. Because it really tasted like it did. But, yeah. And then they also had those, like, they had those memes, those stupid memes that every public school has. Where it's, oh, no, 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 no. Let me take care of this guy first. Nice try, like, failing to switch to your sword. I don't want to fall off. Okay, don't run from me. Actually, I'm gonna die. I don't want to die. What's he even trying to do? There we go, he's dead. Okay, so, yeah, then they also had the stupid memes that are like, camel in desert, months without water, still hydrates properly. What's your excuse? Or, like, the everything is awesome, and then it has a Lego movie when you walk in the hallway. It's like, those stupid memes, which just shouldn't exist because they ruin your perception of the internet. Yeah, you guys probably know what I'm talking about if you've ever gone to a public school. If you haven't gone to public school, if you go to like a private school or a charter school, and you don't know what I'm talking about, just be grateful that you don't have to go to a public school. And then we had like those menus that say what you're supposed to have on that day, but you don't actually have it. They just put together like completely random freezer food. So, yeah, that was lunch for you. And then after lunch, we had history, which, great class, great teacher, but he was also the kind of teacher that would be like, no, Columbus wasn't actually the first one to discover America. Also, he wasn't really a great guy. He was actually the mass destroyer of souls. So, yeah, that was the type of teacher, like, he didn't hold anything back from us, which, I mean, I guess is fine. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that. Why do I only have one chest? So, yeah, he was a pretty cool teacher. I actually quite liked him a lot, except for at the beginning of the year. At the beginning of the year, I kind of, sort of, secretly thought he was a murderer. Not really, though, but he looks like the guy who's involved in things. But he's not. He's, like, perfectly normal guy. It's because he was once a police officer, so he looks the part. Let's just say he looks the part. Not bad, though. He's a normal person. Where's my other chest at? Or my other 2 chests? Is it on top? I don't know. So yeah, that was a pretty cool class. We learned a lot of stuff in there, and his class is actually like 2 times faster at growing than other classes, because like he has completely different teaching methods, and everyone likes him, so yeah. I think that's pretty good for him, I guess. Get shanked. Get shanked. Is he not getting shanked? Or did I kill him? Yeah, I killed him. Okay. After that, we had math, and my math teacher is probably not watching this video, and also probably, even though there are kids that go to my school that are probably watching this video, and that know her, and maybe even personally like her, I really hated my math teacher. I did not like her at all, whatsoever. Yeah, that's all. I just really did not like her whatsoever. So, yeah, that was math. It just wasn't fun, and she's the type of person that gives you, like, 2 pounds of homework. Oh, you finished your homework early? Let me give you more. Because that's what every child wants. Just everyone in the world. That's all they want. Just want more homework. Yeah, but, she wasn't horrible. I didn't oh, wow, I almost just walked off there. I didn't personally like her, but she wasn't, like, a bad teacher, necessarily. She was just an average, normal teacher, to be honest. I'm gonna spam my random blocks. Is there a person coming towards me? I don't know why, I feel like there is. Yeah, she was a pretty normal-ish teacher. I just didn't really like her class that much. I've never really liked most of my math teachers, to be honest. What did he just try to do? Did he try to... Nice try. I don't think you even realized I fell down here. Okay, well, this is gonna be a great fight. What is he trying to do? Is he, like, trying to trap me or something? Because he's completely failing, if so. Okay, he had full diamond armor. He shouldn't... I don't get what goes through some Skywars players' heads right now. Like, I really don't get some of the people that play this. Really don't. Anyways. So, yeah, the last class was my French class. And my French teacher is probably the most patient teacher that's ever existed. Really, she is. Like, I have probably the worst class of people in my class. Like, probably the worst class ever. But, I actually have a lot of friends in there, but there are a few people, which I'm not going to say the names of, that, she particularly has troubles with. So, yeah, and that kind of makes her class not the greatest, but, she actually is fine, and it's French class, and I enjoy French, so it's actually something I kind of enjoy for a class. So, yeah, that's pretty good. I like that actually quite a lot. And, yeah, those are all my classes, basically. I also have one of those kind of stupid... I have a bunch of stupid school rules where, like, you know, where the school bans half the websites that exist, like... They block every YouTube video. Oh, and they had this stupid thing where every website that ended with .io, not just .io games, but literally any website ending in .io, they blocked. Because they're smart people, right? Nice try, but you don't understand that I do have, like, unlimited blocks, pretty much, right? Okay. Oh, yeah, he got me there. He got me there. He got me there. I tried to save myself, but, yeah. And then I also have the stupid school rules where it's like, you know, every website's blocked, everything in .io is blocked. The school computer lab is allowed to play games, except for, you don't actually know it's allowed to play games unless you can only go in to play games before school. But you can't actually figure out that you're allowed to play video games before school unless you already go into the computer lab to play video games before school. Because the only place they have that is inside the computer lab. So, yeah, that's pretty pointless. And then they also... They had this, like, poster thing up there where apparently you're not allowed to play shooting games. And my friends and I always play this one game called Shell Shock Live. And we get together, like, a huge party of, like, 8 people. Because, like, I had a lot of friends in that class. Like, literally every guy in that class, like, 1/3 of the class was guys and the other 2/3 were girls, and I was friends with every guy in the class except for one guy. Yeah, so basically, we all would, like, get together in this huge, like, 4v4 game. Sometimes it was 3v3. Occasionally, if people were absent or, like, didn't want to play or had extra work to do, then it'd be, like, 2v2. But basically, we'd get together these huge games, and we were pretty sure that we knew what the teachers meant by shooting games, because I'm pretty sure they meant, like, CSGO online and stuff, because there were literally kids, like, downloading CSGO to the school computers and playing them, and I'm pretty sure they didn't mean Shell Shock Live, because it's, like, it's not a shooting game. It's, like, you have these little tanks, and they kind of fire, like, little snowballs at each other. And not actually snowballs, but, like, these random shots with, like, special effects and stuff across the screen. It's not a real, like, first-person shooter game or anything like that. It's nothing bad or extremely violent or anything like that. But apparently, that's banned too, because even though they're like, yeah, we know you're fine and all, but other kids feel left out by this. They're like, why do they get to play shooting games? So yeah, we can't do that anymore, which really, really sucks. And then, there's also, there was something I was gonna say, but I can't quite remember it now. But yeah, that's basically it. My school, not horrible, but they have some really stupid rules, and, some weird people in it. Oh, and then there's all the weird students, and I'm not gonna be going into the weird students. I could save that for another day. But yeah, let's go ahead and wreck this nub. Or just fall off. Okay, so that's gonna be it for the video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you guys like this commentary more than normal, or if you really enjoyed the thumbnail, because I spent a lot of time working on that, then go ahead and drop a like. As I said, let's see if we can get a whopping 1 like, but seriously, like, over 5 I would be very pleased with. And yeah. Bye.